and Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, the renowned guru and international spiritual leader. Mrs. Swaraj, I have to say, has an extremely impressive political record. In 1998, she became the first female chief minister of Delhi. She was appointed to her role as Minister of External Affairs in 2014. Madam Minister, you are most welcome here in the European Parliament. And I would also like to welcome back Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. Many of you will be familiar with his Art of Living Foundation, which has millions of followers worldwide and which has touched the lives of some 370 million people in 152 countries. And we all know the growing importance that's been attached to yoga and indeed to traditional Indian sciences. Prime Minister Modi of India first introduced the idea of an International Day of Yoga at the United Nations on the 27th of September 2014. And it was adopted as that International Day, and the following year, 2015, was that first International Day of Yoga. Prime Minister Modi and His Royal Highness Prince Charles unveiled a new Ayurvedic centre in London in May of this year. And so I think we can see everywhere the growing importance of traditional Indian sciences and yoga in particular. In fact, in the United Kingdom now, you can even get yoga on the NHS. Thank you, therefore, to Prime Minister Modi. Thank you, Mrs. Swaraj, for being with us. And thank you so much to Sri Sri for all that you do and for being with us again today. This event has taken a lot of coordination. May I just quickly thank Her Excellency, the Prime Minister, the Ambassador indeed, of India, Mrs. Gayatri Kumar, and her staff at the Indian Embassy, the Art of Living Foundation, Mikhail and Mara from the Prevention and Wellbeing at Work Unit, and also my supporting MEPs, Mrs. Nina Gill and Mrs. Caroline Nachtigal, who are my Vice Chairman of the delegation, and also close friends of India, Mr. Joe Linen, Mr. Nerj Deva, Mr. Dan Preda, Alois Petuli, Claude Termes, and Hermes Pate. May I now ask the Honourable Minister to say a few words.
Namaskar and a very good afternoon. Adharaniya Gurudev, Sri Sri Ravi Shankar ji, my brother Jeffrey, my sister Nina, honorable members of the European Parliament, friends of yoga, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to be here today in the premises of the European Parliament to join you in celebrating International Day of Yoga. Excellencies, the European Union represents a powerful group of nations living together in peace and harmony. You, as the representatives of these great nations, have every year come together to have this joint session to acknowledge the efficacy of this ancient science of well. It is interesting that you have chosen the Yehudi Menuhin Hall for this event. He, of course, was one of the greatest violinists of the 20th century, but yoga also had a very special place in the violin maestro's life. Shri B.K.S. Iyengar had taught yoga to Menuhin, who went on to become an avid yoga practitioner. In fact, we are told that Menuhin famously conducted the opening of Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, standing on his head while giving directions to the orchestra with his feet. While mentoring young musicians, Menuhin would advise them to incorporate yoga postures into their routine. Today, yoga classes are still offered to the young musicians at the Yehudi Menuhin School. Friends, at the 69th session of the United Nations General Assembly on 27 September 2014, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that yoga is an invaluable gift of ancient Indian tradition. As I speak today, countries across the world are celebrating International Day of Yoga, thereby redeeming their pledge to endorse and embrace this ancient holistic approach to health and wellness. Excellencies, India believes in the concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That means the world is one family. If this concept represents one of the finest traditions of India, yoga represents one of the most powerful means for uniting the world. As we come together to celebrate yoga, we are also celebrating our shared humanity, recognizing our shared opportunities, and acknowledging our shared destiny. It is extremely heartwarming to see that India's gift to the world has been so heartily adopted by Europe. I have learnt with great delight that Belgium has a very special connection with yoga. When 83-year-old Queen Elizabeth of Belgium mastered the Shirshasana or headstand, demonstrating that yoga can be practiced without barriers of age, race, religion, culture, or station. This year, the celebration of International Day of Yoga will have an added vitality, as this is the 70th year of our special friendship with Belgium. I am delighted to know that a number of cities of Belgium, including Brussels and Antwerp, are preparing to celebrate the International Day of Yoga. Friends, today more than ever, the world needs yoga. Since we have and we lead highly stressful lives fraught with social, environmental, and economic challenges, we seem to be living in a state of chaos, which is disrupting the delicate equilibrium between our mind and body. With the frantic pace of modern day life, inducing the rise of diseases such as cardiovascular problems, diabetes, and obesity, yoga holds the potential to alleviate their associated complications. Yoga, with its focus on postures and routines that require the mind and body to work in tandem, restores the harmony within. Friends, within minutes, you will experience this harmony with the blessings of Sri Ravi Shankar ji. I am personally grateful to you, Gurudev, for your gracious presence at this event. Friends, I would like to thank His Excellency Mr. Geoffrey Van Orden, the Chair of the European Parliament and Delegation for Relations with India, and Her Excellency Mrs. Nina Gill, the first Vice Chair of the delegation, and Her Excellency Mrs. Caroline Nachtegal, the second Vice Chair of the delegation, and the honorable members of the esteemed European Parliament for their commitment, encouragement, and strong support in organizing International Day of Yoga annually at the European Parliament. I also take this opportunity to thank all officials and functionaries of the European Union institutions who have put in concerted efforts to make today's celebrations a grand success. Friends, at the end of this yoga session, there will be chanting of some mantras for world peace. Peace in Sanskrit is called Shanti. Please try to pronounce Shanti. After every mantra, we will chant thrice. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. By this chanting, we all will pray for peace in the turbulent world of today. In conclusion, I would like to say that let the light of yoga illuminate the world, elevate the mind, and empower mankind everywhere. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Dhanyavad.
Om Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I'll start from where Honorable Foreign Minister of Foreign Affairs, Shri Sushma Swarajji, Srimati Sushma Swarajji has ended from Om Shanti. This is the second time I'm here in this European Parliament on the World Yoga Day celebration. So, though we have been here so quite often, and Honorable Jeffrey and Nina ji, our dear Joe Biden, and all other members of Parliament here are a great fan of yoga. And this sends a message to the world that yoga is most essential today, at uniting hearts and minds of people across the globe. In the world today where there is stress on one side, there is aggression and depression, the only way for a sane human life to move on in progressive steps is to adopt methods, means which would combat these two ills of our society, aggression and depression. Yoga is not just a physical exercises, but it is also something which uplifts our spirit, that which sharpens our intellect, and which soothes the rough weather or waters, that turbulent waters that we find ourselves so very often. So a violence-free society, disease-free body, confusion-free mind, inhibition-free intellect, trauma-free memory, and sorrow-free soul is the goal of yoga, and this is the birthright of every human being. Today, world over, more than 2 billion people are practicing yoga, almost 1/3 of the population. I was just mentioning earlier, 40 years ago, you mentioned yoga, you are thought to be not the mainstream people, somewhere out there, somebody who's little out there would practice it. But today, it has become almost a household thing. Though many may not practice, but many do recognize and appreciate the benefits of yoga. A number of scientific research have happened in the past decade. And at this occasion, I also would like to congratulate and recognize the hard work of millions of yoga teachers around the world who have stood all type of criticism and went ahead teaching people, even one by one, yoga, and kept this whole tradition alive. A big clap for all the teachers. And there are a number of schools. Diverse schools of yoga. Each one of them have contributed significantly to further the cause of yoga, that is to bring world peace. With these few words, I would like to today do something different. Yoga is creativity also. And yoga is skill in action. Yoga is equanimity in our approach. And yoga is maintaining the inner calmness when there is turbulent atmosphere all around us. So with these multiple benefits of yoga, I would like to do something new today. That is, we start with pranayama and meditation. Then we will go into yoga asana. See, Maharshi Patanjali said, asana is that in which you are able to counter the impact of the opposites effectively. And it is when you drop the effort and encounter the infinity. This is very important when we do asana. You can drop the effort only when you do. So a little effort is essential. Prayatna shaitilyat ananta samapattibhyam. This is the sutra. This is the sutras of Maharshi Patanjali. Are very short but full of meaning. Full of meaning. So prayatna shaitilyat. Effort should be, you should let go of the effort and encounter the infinity. So let's start with experiencing the infinity deep within us through meditation and little bit of pranayama. Then the experts are here, our yoga, young enthusiastic yoga teachers will guide us through more asanas. Yes? Once again, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let's keep our thumb on the right nostril, index finger and middle finger in between the eyebrows, and place the ring finger and little finger on the left nostril. Hold the nostrils now. Now breathe in through the left nostril, breathe in through the left, and hold, and breathe out through the left. Now breathe in through the right now. Hold and breathe out through the left. Let's do this 10 times. Breathe in slowly, gradually breathe in, no hurry. Like you sip it through the straw. Hold the breath and you breathe out through the other nose. Breathe out. You can do it with eyes closed, enjoying every sip of the breath. And breathe out. Alternative nostril pranayama. You are not in a hurry to breathe in, like you experience a fragrance. Take your time to breathe in, hold the breath and breathe out through the other nostril. Let's do this 10 times. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. And complete. Now let's just complete the pranayama. And let's keep our spine erect. And just let's shake our hands. Get rid of all the stress. Shake our hands. And sit with our eyes closed. And stop shaking. Eyes closed. Spine erect. See your spine. See that it is straight and your shoulders droop down your shoulders. Shoulders relaxed. Eyes closed. Now let's chant Om 3 times. Om means unconditional love and eternal peace. Let's spread the vibration of love and peace all around us by chanting Om 3 times. Take a deep breath in. Om represents purity and clarity. Let's feel those vibrations in our body and mind. Once again, breathe in. Om symbolizes eternity. Let's breathe in one more time with a big smile. Relax our shoulders. Keep a big smile on our face. First, let us honor our own body. The first dimension of our existence, our body. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, place your weight on the chair you are, or on the floor you are sitting. You place your entire weight on the floor or on the chair you are sitting. Let's quickly take our mind through our whole body. Become aware of your feet, your legs, your thighs, your middle part of the body, shoulders and arms, neck and face, your whole body. Our body is the most precious gift to us from nature, from God. Let's honor our own body. Billions and trillions of cells in our body. There is enormous energy. Take another deep breath in and let go. Let go of all the tension and tiredness that you might be feeling in the body. Let's move into the second dimension of our breath. It's the breath that is keeping our body alive. Let's take another deep breath in. Fill our lungs with the breath and slowly breathe out. Feel the air all around your body. There is air inside and all around us. Like fish in the water, we are in air. Let's honor this air, honor our own breath. Incoming breath energizes the body, while outgoing breath brings relaxation. This is happening all the time. Let us become familiar with this phenomenon. Incoming breath energizes, outgoing breath brings relaxation. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, relax your body even more. Let's keep our body still and immobile for just 3 minutes. Now let's move to the third dimension, the mind. Our body is like the wick of a candle. The mind is like the glow all around it. In fact, our body is inside the mind. Breathe in with a smile and breathe out with a smile. Don't mind all the sounds around you, accept them all. As the body relaxes, the mind expands, and vice versa. As the mind expands, body finds relaxation. Let's take our attention to the top of the head. Take your attention to the top of the head. And let's become aware of the empty space above the head up to the ceiling. Just become aware of the space above your head. Another deep breath in and let go. Become aware of the space in this entire hall. Our body has a face, but our mind has none. Just become aware of yourself, your consciousness. You have no face, just energy. Just for a moment, discard all the faces in the world and spot just the energy in every body around the globe. Let go all your efforts. Simply relax. You are peace. You are peace. May all the world be happy. Loka samasta Sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. With a big smile, take another deep breath in. Let the smile percolate into your whole body. Let every cell of your body start smiling, relaxing. Another deep breath in. And with a big smile, as you breathe out, you may slowly open your eyes. Was it good? Did you all enjoy the meditation? Okay. So, that's it. Spread smiles. And yogi means you should be like a child and should keep smiling more. That's a sign of yoga and yogis, right? Wonderful. Have a very nice International Yoga Day. On this day, let us, each one of us, reach at least 2 in the world so that the whole world becomes a world of yogis, which leads to a happy world. Thank you. Om Shanti.
There'll be asanas. Asanas, just let them start.